Good morning, my esteemed audience. My name is Muhammad Ijlal Khan, and my UHID is 240596442. Today, I am advising Suleiman, the owner of Haveli House, regarding the defective furniture delivered by Amjad Furniture Store. This is a business to business B2B transaction governed entirely by the Sales of Good Act 1979, called as SOGA. My main point is that although Suleiman probably has good reasons to reject all the goods, the way he handled the sofa might make it harder for him to cancel the whole contract and get all his money back. He might only be able to claim compensation for certain item. Instead, we must distinguish the breaches and their available remedies. Let's begin with the first issue, that was about the tables, which represent the clearest breach. Suleiman contracted for 25 extra large marble tables in grey color, but he received only 20 tables. There were 10 medium marble tables, 9 were wooden tables, and 1 was extra large marble grey table. In all of these, only one was correct. This is a double breach of a highest order. Under Section 13, implied condition, the goods must correspond with their description. Suleiman contracted for extra large marble tables in grey. He received medium tables and tables made of a different material, that was wood. It is clear deviation. The strict precedent set by Arcos Ltd v. E. A. Ronasin and Sons, 1933. This case established the strict nature of the term, and Ray Moray and Co. and Landore and Co. 1921. This case also, where a quantitative mismatch justified rejection, supports Suleiman's right to reject the incorrectly described tables. Under Section 30, subsection 2, quantity, mixed delivery, and other things are discussed. Suleiman received a short delivery, that was 20 tables out of 25, and a delivery of mixed goods and of a different description. This section gives the buyer a clear option to reject the whole consignment. My firm advice is immediately to reject the entire delivery of tables, relying on the fundamental nature of the breaches of condition under Section 13, subsection 2, and Section 30, subsection 4. The chair introduced complexity. Suleiman ordered 100 plush velvet dining chairs, X display, and reduced by 50% of price, with someone the salesperson assuring him of only minor wear and tear. The discovery of grease marks forms the basis of claim breach of satisfactory quality under Section 14, subsection 2 of SOGA. The legal battle hinges on whether grease marks transcend minor wear and tear. Section 14, subsection 2, paragraph A requires judging the standard a reasonable person would regard as satisfactory, considering description and price. Brown and Son Ltd v. Corix Ltd, 1957. This case confirms that price is a decisive factor justifying significant blemishes. However, the case of Rogers v. Paris Ltd, 1987, established that quality includes appearance and finish. A reasonable B2B buyer would likely not expect visible and non-functional grease marks, which suggest improper handling, preserving the right to reject. Someone could argue the grease marks were patent defects that Suleiman should have discovered during a reasonable examination. Also, he opened only one box. Suleiman must counter that due to the high volume, there were 100 chairs unboxing. He did not have a reasonable opportunity to examine all of them as permitted by Section 35, subsection 2, if the defects were latent and only in the unopened boxes the right to reject is preserved. The sofa is the most sensitive issue due to the direct risk. This is a clear breach of fitness for a particular purpose under Section 14, subsection 3 of SOGA. Suleiman explicitly informed someone the leather must not irritate those with skin condition and ordered the sofas on this basis, establishing the reliance element. Someone's reassurance compounded the breach. The rash developed by his daughter is incontrovertible evidence the sofa was not reasonably fit for the specified purpose. The precedent in Grant v. Australian Knitting Mills 1936 case concerning dermatitis from chemical residue applies by strong analogy. Suleiman has a strong right to reject the sofa under Section 14, subsection 3. Crucially, he also has the right to seek consequential damages under Section 53, which covers loss directly and naturally resulting from the breach, including the cost of medical treatment. Next, let's address someone's key defense that it was too late to cancel the order, which involves the complex legal concept of acceptance under Section 35 of SOGA. Suleiman acted well within a reasonable time frame. There was only one day after delivery. The authority of Clagwy Address 2003. This case confirmed that reasonable time is a fact dependent and allow for purpose examination under Section 35, subsection 2. However, someone has a strong argument that Suleiman's use of the sofa and also allowing his daughter to sit on it constitutes an act inconsistent with the seller's ownership under Section 31 section 35 subsection 1 paragraph b. If the court agrees by virtue of section 11 subsection 4, he loses the right to reject that specific item and is relegant to claiming only damages under section 35 under section 53. Suleiman must argue that this was minimal, non-commercial use to counter the acceptance claim. Suleiman holds a very strong position, but he must acted decisively now. Right to reject is absolute due to breach of section 13 that is about description, and also section 30 that is about the quantity. Right to reject is under section 14 subsection 2 that is about satisfactory quality, provided the grease marks were not readily apparent on initial reasonable inspection. Right to reject is strong under section 14 subsection 3 that is about fitness for purpose, but is vulnerable to the acceptance defense due to brief use. If rejection is lost, he must focus on maximizing consequential damages under section 53. I strongly advise Suleiman to promptly send a formal written rejection detailing all SOGA breaches and demand a fully refund and collection of goods within 7 days. This counters someone's weak, too late defense and set a clear timeline. Thank you for listening.